Hey guys, Blaze here, back again. Sorry, I'm trying my new setup here and there's all kinds of shit popping up, so bear with me. Um, I'm back again with this week's Weekly Bent. I wanted to talk about the power of focus, and I'm going to start with a little blurb, if you will, from The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Okay. And that goes as such. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the inner space of the universe. Now, a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. You can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon the formless substance, you can cause the thing you think about to be created. Okay? It's again, the book is called The Science of Getting Rich, and the author is Wallace D. Wattles. Um, it's ultimately talking about sort of the same thing as law of attraction, but back in those days they didn't really mention vibration and energy and things like that in that same term. So that's why it sounds like a bunch of gibberish. But if you break it down, that's basically what it's saying. It's like um, you can create things with the power of your focus or the power of your mind. Um, and a lot of people don't realize that's why they're getting what they get in their life. So the fastest way to shift that would be to shift your focus, because the universe is responding to how you feel, not what you say, not even what you think. The thing is that, and I found in this in a weird sort of way, the feeling is supposed to bring the thought. The thought does not create the feeling, and that is really worth thinking about, because I found in this new kind of these new emotions I've been feeling, I can't help but proclaim, like, I can't help but say how I feel all the time, no matter who's around, and whether or not they know what or who I'm talking about, I can't help but do it. And I found that I don't have to do like affirmations and visualizations and all that. It's there. It's totally in there. I mean, it's something that I can't help but do. So that really helped me realize that finding that feeling will bring the words, will bring the things that'll make you say the things you're supposed to say. And you'll be saying the right things because you're going to be going based off how you feel. And like I said, that's really the universe's wheelhouse, because they don't really give a fuck about what you're saying. They just know that what you mean by based on the emotion, the vibration, the feeling. You can kind of interchange those words with a few variations, a few little fine tuning things on it. Um, but ultimately, that's what we're doing. We are creating things through our power of focus. This is why it doesn't seem like things change. It seems like you keep getting the same thing over and over again. And that is because when you wake up, you automatically pick up that vibration where you left it. And the reality is that when you sleep, all of that momentum subsides. So you get a chance to pick that up anywhere you want to the next day. And it gets easier and easier the more you choose what you want to pick up. Okay? So, like, have you ever noticed, like, okay, you have been focused on, I don't know, a car or a jacket or something, whatever, that you've been wanting, and all of a sudden you see it everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see that car. You've been focused on the color blue for whatever reason. That is because that is a non-resistant thought. So what that is bringing, is momentum. And that's why that stuff happens really quickly, because the power of non resistant thought is big, like bigger than you can even imagine. And that's one of the reasons why also it seems like the big things, or the things you really want, are somewhat slow in responding, because there's more resistance in those thoughts. So if you could find a way to think of those thoughts to think those thoughts the way you think about the brown SUV or whatever, without any type of resistance, that stuff would come as quickly too. It's quite miraculous how obvious momentum is when it begins. So it really is worth thinking about what you're getting versus what you're focused on. Okay, so if you take some time and think about what you wake up in every day in terms of vibration or mood or whatever you want to call it, understand that that would be setting a precedence for your whole day. Now, it does take practice because you've got momentum going in that direction. But now that you have an awareness to what you're doing, you get to choose. Most people don't realize they even have a choice, but now that you know, that's no longer an excuse. So instead of going to bed with all of that shit, you've got to figure out how you're going to let that go, because you don't want to bring that into your next day. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's almost like, and again, I thank Abraham Hicks for giving me this analogy, but it's almost like when you update your computer software. Now, you don't go back and, go and pick out the viruses and fucking put them back in there after you clean it up. Once you wake up that next day, you're new, brand new. You get to choose what stick you pick up that day. You get to choose what vibration you decide you want to be on. If you want to think about that dick who cut you off yesterday, that's already the wrong track, unless you want more dicks. Don't go there. To cut you off today and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. This is the point. What you need to do is decide, how do I want to feel? And anything that doesn't make you feel that way, hit the road. The most staggering part about all of this for me is that if it doesn't make me feel the way that I feel about this, I'm over it. So that goes with why the music has become so dominant in everything that I'm doing right now. It's become my major focus. The energy work especially, because that's the game changer. That's the thing that helped me decide who I am. That's guiding me to everything that I am. I am being sustained by an energy so beautiful and so pure that it doesn't even realize what it's doing. That's exactly how Source works. And the beautiful thing about it is it's helping me sustain everything else. So I know that if I get to experience this energy firsthand again, there just isn't anything that we couldn't do. So anyways, the energy is not punishing you, and in a crazy way, it's not really blessing you either. It's responding to the vibration that you are emitting, period. I prefer to think of it as being blessed, because if you look around, we were chosen to be here for whatever reason. We are blessed. We're in paradise. It doesn't really get better than this, except that, it just doesn't get better than this, because I've found that it's all a perfect unfolding. There's no except that period. It's all the perfect unfolding. And the more you recognize that it's a perfect unfolding, you allow it to be a perfect unfolding. And when it comes into being, it's exactly what you wanted, and it's perfection. And then you've celebrated every step of the way. So you've shown the energy that although you have a big set of wants, a big set of things that you know you want to the letter, you let this energy know that it's in complete control based on what your desires are. Okay, I mean, it gets incredibly deep. So there's gonna have to be a series of videos about just the power of focus, because honestly, if you can master your focus, there isn't anything that you can't do. There isn't anything that you can't create. People just burst in. It's like, really? It's all good. That might have been my dog too, but she would be more trouble than she's worth right now. So I'll get her in a minute. Yeah, so let me lose my train of thought. I don't realize that you can't do this kind of stuff. All right, anyway, let me get back to this. So back to the power of focus. Back to what the energy is actually responding to. It's responding to what you're emitting. So I prefer to think of it as being blessed, not so much as being punished, but I like to know that since I'm completely in control, that it is responding. Instead of thinking of it as being punished or for what I've done, I think of it as, yeah, it's responding to something that I'm emitting, because that's just it, the end. That's what it does. God's only love, God's only positive energy, it's only well-being, it's only abundance, it's only all of those things. So any of those human traits that we've given it, like jealousy and anger and all this other BS, would have it cease to be God, because those are human, ridiculous illusions, things that are created inside of you for whatever reason, and which I'm finding out as I'm reading this book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. You guys should definitely check it out, because it's kind of an eye-opener as to how, when we finally get to that level of positivity and happiness and joy, we do something even as small as think a negative thought just to cap ourselves, because we don't believe that it could be as good as it really, really not can be, but is. It's beyond. Once you realize what's going on here, it gets really exciting, because it's like, okay, there isn't anything anybody else could do to me, really. I mean, especially if I know that I'm in alignment with the energy that creates worlds. You guys can say whatever you want, but if I understand how it works, and I understand that this energy is only making moves for my greater good, take it away if you need to, give it to me if you need to. I only know that that's being guided by the energy. So knowing that lets sort of everything land. I mean, there hasn't been a problem in a very long time. And any ones that I could have even think of were completely manufactured, because when I actually dismantled the thought, I realized it was complete ridiculousness. So that is an exercise I would invite you guys to do. Anytime you're focused on something that you don't want, I don't care if it's, I feel like a fat ass. Figure out where that's coming from and break that down, and figure out how you can love yourself where you are right now anyway. Because I've also found that I'm effortlessly losing weight. And I mean, I eat whatever I want, but I know that since I'm being completely guided by this energy, that the things that I eat are the things that I'm supposed to eat at the time. I've completely shifted my focus. I've re I've shit, what am I trying to say? I've improved my relationship with food. I've improved my relationship with money. I walk because I love it. It's incredibly cathartic. It's helping me write this album. It's flowing so easily that I'm effortlessly losing weight. I mean, I think the last time I went I was down 25 pounds, and that was, I don't know, several months ago, and I'm sure it's even less. And I'm not even doing anything. I'm not. I eat whatever I want. If I'm in the mood for this, I have it. I enjoy it. I don't kick myself in the ass and say, oh, I've got to do 50 more sit-ups tomorrow about it. I don't say, I need to get up and lose this weight. I say, man, I can't wait to go on this walk because I love the way I feel when I'm done. And that's the honest to goodness truth. So I go on this walk. Literally, I don't even feel like I'm out there exercising. I'm listening to my music. I'm writing these out. I'm receiving these inspirations. And by the time the walk is over, 45 minutes, hour later, I'm sitting in the car and I've got that feeling like, where you just, everything's moving because you've just exercised and you're just super pumped and you're ready to go. And I'm like, let me check my Falcor meter. Do I feel like Bastian Redding Falcor? And the answer has been yes, every day for months. I'm not even trying to do this. All you have to do is decide, what do I want to feel? And look for things that make you feel that way, and you'll get so much more of that. People are going to say it's magic only because of what we've been taught, but I invite you to not only dismantle those thoughts, but think about where those thoughts came from and why. Some ridiculous thing that you've heard or that you've been brought up to believe, and the truth is none of it's true. Your perception creates your reality. So if you think everything is fucked up, you're going to get more fucked up. If you think everything is perfect, you're going to get more perfect. It's all necessary and it's all perfect. The work here is to get yourself back into believing that anything is possible. That anything is possible, because that is the honest to goodness work. And I gotta tell you, it can be some work, but it's not hard and it does not have to take long. All you have to do is decide that's what you want, and that's it, because the energy takes care of the rest. So I'm done preaching for the day. I I think that's benty enough, so I can get back on these tunes. I've got some another track to write to here, so I'm about to get on it. You guys, this has been such an amazing experience, and I love being able to express myself in this way. And it's also very much helping me express myself through song about how I feel about this person, because it's big and it means everything to me. So take care of each other. People always do the like, comment thing, where all that is. Do that if you want to. Leave a comment, be cool, subscribe. Don't leave any negative comments, because this is all love. We're all the universe. If you don't have anything positive to say, get the fuck out of here. I love you. Deuces.